I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate just how good we have had it in 2025 already in terms of video game releases. I know it's a bit of a meme at this point, but I've been hearing the classic, oh, video games just aren't the same as they used to be, and back in my day, video games used to be basic platformers and not anymore. And I've been hearing them for like 10 years. And yeah, sometimes it comes from people that only play FIFA, Madden and Fortnite, or sometimes it's just people falling out of love with the hobby entirely. But if you're someone that has sort of fallen out of fashion with games, I have to say that this year, 2025 is looking to be a fantastic one. So far this year, we have already had, in my opinion, at least one Game of the Year contender drop in the form of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Even if you think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 doesn't look like your kind of game, I highly recommend that you try it out. This is probably one of the best sandbox-styled open-world games that has ever released. I was absolutely hooked to this game for weeks, so much so that I played it 3 times in a row, and it is a very long game. KCD2 did something to me at something so significant that I couldn't even get into the next banger release of this year, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. The Yakuza series is an absolutely amazing series, and having an entire game revolving around Majima, the main character of this one, was honestly everything I was hoping for, but unfortunately, it is not a game with the same level of immersion as KCD2, so trying to play this straight after KCD2 was rough. But that being said, I still think that Pirate Yakuza is a hell of a lot of fun, just like most Yakuza games are. Very goofy fun. We did also finally get the Assassin's Creed Shadows drop this year, and while I don't think Shadows is a game worthy of being called Game of the Year, and it has a horrifically poor ending for Naue that is locked behind DLC, I think the overall experience of the game was pretty alright. But being able to paint creatures and do lots of parkour is always going to be at least a decent amount of fun, and I get the feeling that a lot of more casual players probably enjoyed this game a lot more than I did. Then, just in the last week since I've released this video, we have had 2 shadow dropped games from 2 beloved series in the form of RuneScape Dragon Wilds in early access and the Oblivion remaster. So Dragon Wilds, even with the limited content in there so far and a massive change to the usual RuneScape format, it has been an absolute blast to play and learn. It reminded me of my first time playing Pal World, just without all the extra Pokemon-y creature followers. I think that Dragon Wilds has the potential to be an absolutely huge game later on, so I'd highly recommend keeping your eyes peeled for future updates and waiting for the full release of that one. The Oblivion remaster honestly doesn't even need much comment. Oblivion was a beloved game full of silly bugs, and they basically just re-released it with some good quality of life changes. Much like when they released Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, this is exactly what an Oblivion fan would want. I actually did drop Oblivion years ago because I tried to play it after 100%ing Skyrim, so I was a little bit hesitant with the remake, but knowing that there were really good quality of life changes that were added, it is just fantastic, along with the desired graphical improvements, and that is what sold it to me. I have been enjoying it a lot so far, and while I wouldn't say that it's piqued my interest quite like KCD2 did, this remake is easily hundreds of hours of content to get into. Oh, and let's not forget that it's on Game Pass, so you can get it for like £10. At least that's how much I paid for my Game Pass renewal on PC. In just a few hours' time, we also, on Game Pass, have Expedition 33 dropping. This game, so far, has some crazy high reviews and looks like a more realistic / magey styled version of a Persona game. It also seems to have parry mechanics in a turn-based combat system, which is much like Yakuza Infinite Wealth. So it does look incredibly promising, and yes, I will be playing it day 1 tomorrow. So let me know how you feel about it if you're also going to give it a try. So some other games that I didn't mention yet because I haven't played them, but I definitely plan to from this year, include 2 Point Museum, which is an absolutely great series, the Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster, Inzoi's Early Access, which is like high-def Sims. We've got South of Midnight, Avowed, the first Berserker Kazan for Elden Ring or Souls lovers, Split Fiction, which is great, who've got some sort of partner, so many others. Actually, just look at this insanely long list of releases by month so far in 2025. And this is only the first 4 months of the year, and we have some incredibly hyped releases coming in the latter half of this year, assuming no delays. GTA 6. So just to name some major highlights that are coming, we have Mario Kart World coming on June 5th. Yes, I know that the pricing model isn't to everyone's taste, but Mario Kart has always been top tier fun, whether solo or with a group of friends, and I doubt that World is going to disappoint. Quack being a playable racer alone fills me with fantastic amounts of confidence. And then also for the Switch, we've got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Star Cross World and Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Pokémon Legends ZA. Just this year, these titles alone are going to bring fun to players of any age and any skill level. And don't tell me they're all too easy, because they're just simply Nintendo games. Nothing is stopping you from doing a challenge run if you want to. But for some more casual players, we've also got Sonic Rumble releasing sometime this year, which is basically just the Sega version of Among Us. For the less casual players, however, we have Doom: The Dark Ages coming in May, and then we have Elden Ring Night Rain, which I will also be playing both of those day one. We've also got some interesting titles like Date Everything, where you can date tables and stuff, and that could be a lot of fun, releasing on June 17th. And then just some other major titles, we've got Death Stranding 2, which I won't be playing, Code Violet, Borderlands 4, which I'm super excited for, Ghost of Yotei, and yes, GTA 6. I mean, you could ignore all of these games this year and play Genshin Impact for 3,000 hours instead, but I think you'd probably be missing out on so much good stuff by sticking to just one title. Like, don't get me wrong, I played Paladins and League of Legends for thousands of hours too back in the day, but you don't need to spend your time being angry at video games because you suck at ranked or because you aren't getting the drop you want in Wuthering Waves. It's not normal to feel angry and frustrated and constantly criticize a game that you're playing. So people on their 8,000th hour of Apex Legends still running into the same bugs since the game released that refuse to play anything else, they're not really experiencing gaming as a whole thing in 2025, I don't think. Even if a game doesn't seem like it's really to your taste, I think plenty of these titles from this year are just so good or will be so good that they could make you become a fan of that genre. Games are meant to be fun and potentially challenging at the end of the day, so, I mean, play and do as you wish. I'm just here to nudge you a little bit to maybe try some titles that you might not have given a chance before. But this year looks like it is shaping up to be a very tough one to pick out a Game of the Year winner. We can only speculate on GTA 6 right now, for instance, but it would be very surprising for a game like Elden Ring Night Rain or GTA 6 to not be massive banger releases. But I guess let me know which games you're most looking forward to this year, or which games you're just going to continue playing for the next 7,000 hours and not touching any others. But I think there is a game suited for everyone this year, and I am so here for it. I just hope that you are too.